What's up, guys? Boy here. Today we're doing another video. Today we're taking a look at the Victorinox. Well, basically the Victorinox Super Tinker. Let me get all the. Oh, yep, it's. I know it's. Oh God. Oh God, that's. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, sorry, it took it too long, but that thing is really too tight to. So, yep, the Super Tinker. Let's begin. Ah, yes, the classic piece that. Surprising thing about it, I actually always bring this just in case. So, yes, let's talk about this whole thing. So, the scales itself is made of plastic on both sides. There is the aluminum, or no, pieces of steel onto dividing all the pieces. Okay, and now this is one of the more easier pieces, or rather more of the pretty much the most normal Swiss Army knife you can find. Yes, for around about $45, which I'm gonna tell you at the end that where I got this. You could definitely know for it. Okay, on the steel, it's of course you got like things like the key ring here. Got a can opener, a bottle opener. This one's. Yeah, if you actually saw the beginning of the video, this was a pain in the neck to do this. So this is the Reamer Seamer with the sewing eye. Yeah, it's really weird about it. You got a hook. So on the product description on this one, it says that this also, yeah, this is a Phillips screwdriver. But the weird part about it, I don't know if there's a wire stripper of all things. Yeah, it definitely did say like there's like wire stripper aspects to it, but I don't really couldn't see it. I got a pair of scissors, which, yep, I got a pair of scissors, the short blade, and of course a long blade, which is pretty shiny as hell. And of course the two pieces that nested inside it is basically tweezers and a pick, which actually goes like this and right here. And the entire thing, or rather the pieces themselves, are made of stainless steel, so you could probably know for it. So let's talk about the size itself. So we're going to start off with this guy first because it's a pain in the neck. So the sewing reamer is around about 1.5 inch. The hook... Oh. Okay, I've just really messed that one up. Okay. The reamer sewing piece is around about basically 1.5 inch. The hook is around about also 1.5 inch. Oh, okay, there we go. The screwdriver that's supposed to have a wire stripper is all around about 1.5 inch. The can opener is around about, again, probably like 1.25. 1.25. Now for the flathead screwdriver and a bottle opener would be around about, again, 1.25 inch. The scissors, this guy is around about basically 2 3/4. Yep, 2 3/4. Well, and the short blade, the short blade itself would be around about of 1.5 inch. Meal for the longer blade would be around about basically 2 and 3/4. Meanwhile, for the pick itself, plastic pick, would be around about of 2 inches. And of course, the tweezers themselves, would be around about of 1/3. Meal for the handle and also being closed would be around about of 3.5 inches. Meal for the size onto the blade, it would be around about of basically 6.25. Meal for the overall size with the pair of scissors, the scissors attachment, would be around about of 9 inches. Meal for basically the small blade would be around about of 5 inches, the overall size. One with the overall size with the can opener would be around about of basically almost 4.5 inches. And of course, the one with the flathead screwdriver and a bottle opener would be around about also 4.5 inches. So let's test this bad boy out. So the results out here, you could definitely see from the longer blade, this one actually did some pretty good cuts on these. I mean, you can definitely see for how sharp the thing is, this one's actually pretty good of all things. Like, you see, that's pretty effortlessly for a Swiss Army knife of all things. You can definitely see like that. That's like feels like it's nothing. Like you could for it, which yeah, so you could definitely see from that. Wheel for the smaller blade, which you can definitely see when you can see like the cuts are pretty small, or rather the blade may be small, but the damage is really good. Again, it has the same steel like the longer blade. That's really crazy. So you can definitely bet that there's going to be something. So with all the parts and all the stuff, or rather, even though despite the, this guy is like, probably noticeable, and even though despite it's like made of stainless steel, but it basically depends on, yeah, sure, stainless steel is probably more for a beginner or like a pretty easy go-to knives you can find. But for something like this, costing which I paid $20 on this, funny part about it. It has the same results like the 119 special, which, yes, you could definitely know. This one I paid for $20, and nowadays it's like $40. I mean, it's like doubled because of inflation. And it's actually rather good of all, sure. It may be expensive these days, but you could definitely know you can rely on this. And yes, you could definitely see the emblem for this reason. Because just like my entire of the 110s, the 110 clones, which this one is another one of these that I actually have a bunch of clones, just actual, actual clones of these. Yeah. Oh, wait, that one's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, the one I have also have, like, a bunch of clones, which some of them can actually be very thin. Some of them basically bent in. You could probably, like this thing right here. The scales is, like, pretty much pushed in, which you could definitely see from that. And, yeah. Also, funny part about it, this one's my first Swiss Army knife. And this one's basically normal, but again, they don't have basically the emblem for victorinox. And then you got these for, basically you find at the gas station. Like, you could probably know for it. It's probably going to be one of those really cheap, really more cheap knives you can find. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're good, or maybe they're bad. I don't know. Who knows? We're going to test them all, and actually depends on what it is. So I give the final verdict rating of the Victorinox Swiss Army knife. Even though this is not like pliers, but this is a really good piece. So I give this an astounding of a 10 out of 10. A masterpiece, and also a classic of all things. Sure, it may actually can not cut through bottles with the bigger guy, but it basically is pretty sharp, but it actually could do that. So that wraps up of the Victorinox Super Tinker. So I'm Martello Boy, and I'm signing out. I'll see you guys next time.